Wera makes some of the best tools in the world, but these new ones are on another level. Having the right tool for the job changes everything, and Wera just made great tools even better. And we also have a special edition surprise at the end. These 8 new Wera tools are at the top of their class, and starting with number 1, we have the new multi-driver from Wera. I've got all of these in their boxes because Wera's got some of my favorite packaging. I don't know, there's something about it. If you've never gotten a new Wera tool, it's cool. But this is their multi-driver, and I've been using their old multi-driver for a long time now. It's my favorite style of multi-driver. It also came with a little pouch like this, but this is the pouch that it comes in, and basically there's a little loop through the back. There's a Velcro piece on the back. The pouch is whatever. It's a cool thing, but what is really impressive about this driver is the driver itself. A couple of things that make this fantastic. Number 1, versatility. Up front, you can see it just takes 1/4-inch bits in the front here with this bit lock, which I love this bit lock. It is a little bit thick. However, for most things, that doesn't matter. But if we pull this green sleeve down, this collapses. And if we push it out, this also comes out and can go in your impact, which is huge. So we can keep it short, we can have it a normal size, and we can also take it out. That means that this also takes regular 1/4-inch bits. So if we want to grab one of these number 2 Phillips out of my SC45, this is just a regular Klein bit here. And if we push this down, you can see that this locks in place. And now I can put any size of bit that I want to in there. This is a 3.5-inch bit, but I can put a 6-inch bit. I can put pretty much whatever I want to in here and it'll stay. So it comes with versatility of being able to not just use the adapter that comes on the actual screwdriver itself, but being able to use any of your 1/4-inch bits. So if you're like me and you like the versatility, that is a huge part of it. Now, the old version already had that, and that's the main reason why I used it. I keep a ton of these 1/4-inch bits with me, and then from there, I can make any of them a screwdriver or put them in my impact and go from there. The thing that I really like about this, the new update, is this ratcheting portion here. So that means obviously I can ratchet with the screwdriver itself, but you also can start your screws by just turning this green piece here. It's very big, it's very nice and easy to grab, and it locks really well. Right now I have it in the locked position. It's not going anywhere, which is pretty cool. In order to turn it, it just has a little bit of a catch, which means that it's not going to be just slipping on you. And it doesn't feel super unbalanced like a lot of ratcheting multi-drivers. If you've never seen Wera before, the handle shape is a little bit strange. I'm telling you, it feels so much better in your hand. And this one here is a little bit bigger than their old multi-driver, but I just like the way it feels. I like the way it fits in my hand. It's got some texture to it as well, so it's not slipping. You don't have to worry about anything like that with this. And the cool part is if you press this little green button back here, and there's 6 bits in this bit carousel here, which is just absolutely phenomenal. That means all of your 1/4-inch bits, which you can customize as well. So that way, if you actually don't want the number 2 posi drive, which is going to go away for me, you can put whatever you want to in there, whether that's a Torx security bit, if that's a random Allen size that you run into a lot, you can change this out. It doesn't take proprietary bits. And that way, if you strip one of these bits out, it's easy to replace the day of, because everybody's got 1-inch, 1/4-inch bits laying around. And that way, if you strip out your number 2 Phillips, you can get another number 2 Phillips. The bits that it comes with are these BTZ Take It Easy tool finder bits. So they've got the little sleeves around them, which is cool. It makes it really easy to tell what's what. Now, the big update on this one is going to be the ratcheting, which, again, I don't care for ratcheting screwdrivers most of the time. However, I really like this version here because it doesn't feel unbalanced like a lot of the other multi-drivers that have the ratchets in them. It's not super heavy. It's very low drag, which is phenomenal, and it lets you get in there and get a screw started, get whatever you want to started into the threads without having to turn the handle and losing your position, which is so necessary sometimes. I think that's the biggest benefit for me because I don't typically use any type of ratcheting anything. So that portion I absolutely love. Number 2 is going to be the new updated Tool-Check Plus. This is probably one of Wera's most famous tools. This is probably what they're the most well known for. Personally, I absolutely love their drivers. The Tool-Check Plus is a massive, pretty much all-in-one tool check. It comes with a couple of really nice features, and it comes with a couple features that are kind of okay, and I'll get to that. It's mostly just the handle. Other than that, this thing is perfect, and there's a reason why I've had it for so long. Now, the tool that this replaces is going to be the old Tool-Check. There's not a ton of updates to this, but if you're new to the market and you want to get a Tool-Check, I do suggest getting the new one. The main differences that I'll cover first are going to be the locking mechanism. So there is a locking mechanism on the new one. On the old one, there was not. Basically, sometimes those bits just pop forward and you have to worry about them. They don't fall out or anything. It's just annoying. So having the lock on there is nice, especially for storage. And then the other differences are very minor, of like the color of the loop that goes around the screwdriver at the end and the top piece that holds this ratchet in. One thing I did notice is the holder for the new version does seem a little bit tighter, which is nice. But outside of that, the only difference in what you actually get for this, both of these are the Imperial, is these bits in the front are the BTZ bits. So you do have the different coloration on these. This one here is a gem. People love this, and they love it for a reason. You can see how compact this is and just about how many pieces. It's a 39-piece kit. The thing I love about this, again, 1/4-inch bits. So if you want to change this out and just use the storage, you can. But you can make this anything that you want to, which is really, really nice. It does come with a bunch of Torx, security Torx, Phillips. It comes with one flathead and then some hex and then squares. And that's the whole lineup. The other cool part in this is it comes with this 1/4-inch adapter, which is really nice because it also comes with the 7 different sockets up top. These are 1/4-inch sockets. They all have the coloration on them, so you can tell which is which. Having color on your tools is a thing that doesn't seem that big until you're like scrambling and rushing and trying to get stuff done fast. Stuff's laying around. It's in your pouch. It's in your bag. Always really nice to have the coloration on them. These sockets are also fantastic. They do have the compression fittings on them, so in order to get them off, you just have to push from one side. They're also all marked on the outside here, which is cool. And honestly, there's probably room for one more. I know I've seen people slip these little pieces in here, the holders in here, and put another socket on there, so that's possible. But any 1/4-inch socket's going to fit on this too if you want to change it out. Also, my favorite portion of any of them, this is going to be the Wera Cyclops mini ratchet, which is a 1/4-inch bit ratchet, which means all of these bits in here, you are able to turn into a stubby. So we can just say we need a T15 security Torx, which is going to be, that's a T10. So we'll grab our T15, we'll put it in here, and now we have basically a monstrous stubby, okay? You can see how much clearance this takes up. It's not very much at all. Very light, very easy to get actual torque on versus a regular stubby when your hand's all smashed up. So I really, really like that about this. This is an all metal body construction ratchet, which is cool. It's got little knurlings on the top here, so it's really easy to get a screw started too, which is important when you're in tight spaces. It also just looks sweet. I pretty much always keep one of these in my bag at all times. This is pretty much a do-it-all kit as far as like little stuff goes. Personally, I don't love using this as a solo item. I prefer to keep this with my multi-driver, and that way I have an actual screwdriver for all this stuff, because the driver that it comes with is very, very small. So if we pull this off, you can see this isn't much of a driver, and this isn't what you're going to want to be using all day at all. Honestly, I don't really ever use it unless I'm doing something that I really don't want to strip out, because you can't put that much torque on this, which is only good if you're trying not to put a lot of torque on it. So outside of that, this thing, it will work if this is what you have in your like backpack, your daily backpack, and you want to use it for something small, you can do that. However, as far as like having the best option for most scenarios, I don't think this is the one. Outside of that, we go over to the bit holder as well, which is going to be this Rapidaptor, I believe, bit holder. It's the shorter one. I think it's a 2-inch, but these lock bits in really well. They take impact really, really well. And I just absolutely love this style of bit holder. You don't ever have to worry about losing your bits coming out, anything like that. They're in there, they're secure, and all of this fits in this little tiny case here. I absolutely love the Tool-Check Plus, and having those new features of just having the lock on there, which seems like a little thing, but it's really nice to have. I don't think it's worth upgrading to the new one from the old one. However, if you're getting into the market with this tool check, I do suggest going with the new one so that way you get the new features. One that I had to get my hands on is going to be this socket rail here. Wera, again, they make some of the coolest tools out there. And so I figured if all of their tools are so cool, then I bet this is just as cool. And this is a magnetic socket rail. This one here is so well made. That's why I think one of the biggest things that impresses me about this one. These are deep well impact rated sockets. This is all standard. This is the 9-piece kit, and it comes with a full size of standard sockets, as well as one additional rail here at the end. One cool thing about this rail here is that it's got the twist to unlock. So I just have to twist them. So these aren't coming off. So no matter what I do, these aren't coming off no matter what. You have to twist it. Another cool thing, obviously the magnet on it is pretty sweet, and it's a very strong magnet. So you can use this to work from wherever. But one of the cool things with having that extra weight there and this whole 9-piece kit in general is that you can just set it up. So I can have it stay like this. It's not difficult for me to pull stuff off with what I need to. With the turning, it's very easy. Outside of that, these sockets, this is the 3/4 here, but they are color coded. So this is the yellow, which is nice. It's very clearly written on here as well, 3/4. And then they're just super heavy duty. They work really well. They're gonna have a great fit on your fasteners, on your nuts and bolts, anything like that. And just having this kit in general. There's also this portion on each side with a loop, so you can tie this into something if you want to, which I really like. Outside of that, it's just a fantastically made set of sockets. Wera does not disappoint once again. Another tool I'm extremely excited, especially for Wera, to get into. This is going to be their Tool-Check modular version. And this is a pretty sweet set. So if we go ahead and pull this out, it's got this little bend here, so you can actually close this and collapse this so it doesn't take up so much space. But all of these are different parts that you can order together or separate, and you can change them to be however you want. Now, we'll go through what is in this first. On the left side here, you have these Allens, which are going to be the Hex-Plus. These fit extremely well. These are some of the best hex keys that exist anywhere. They're a fantastic set. It's all I use for my L keys anywhere. But this is a very small metric kit here, which is just fantastic. It gives you all your little sizes. And if we don't want this on here, or if we order this separately, in order to get this one off, you just have to push up on it, which it does take a little bit of force. It's not going to be falling off. And this comes off just like this. So now we have it off. Now we can have a shorter version of this if we want. Now we're on to the micro driver, which is a cool one. So if we go ahead and pop this back, you can see the driver handle in the middle, and then we've got bits surrounding it. Not only do we have bits surrounding it, but on the back side here, if we go ahead and pull this up, we can actually flip this out, and it's got another 8 bits on the back side. This is, I think, probably my favorite part of this system so far is the micro driver, because it's something I don't use a lot, but I like the multiple drivers all in one, and this gives you pretty much every size that you're going to need. It goes through a plethora of Torx and also flatheads, Phillips, and it's got 4 hex on the back here with these smaller sizes, which is going to be everything that you need for the most part, especially if you're like me and you don't do this a ton. I can't think of another small size of fastener that you would need. Now, we'll go ahead and show you guys this driver. It's not incredibly large. However, unlike the small driver that goes on the Tool-Check Plus, that's not a big deal because you don't need a ton of torque with this smaller size of driver. This is a 4mm piece adapter, I want to say. These bits are 4mm. So you're going to have to look out for that if you're just trying to do interchangeable bits, which I do believe Wera sells some of those individually if there's something special you want. But these are just 2-inch 4mm bits. They're tiny and they go in this little kit, and you have pretty much everything you need to be dangerous when it comes to micro drivers. The part about this that's modular is really nice too, because while these portions do come out, in order to get them out, you do have to pull this little piece off, the covering off. So if we go ahead and get this off, it just slides out. It's not incredibly easy to take off, which is not what you want. You don't want it falling off. But now we can actually pull this down, and now it's off. So these come all individually as well. And you can see here, it's got these on both sides, and it comes with these little adapters. So I can put this adapter on whatever side I want to and go from there, but it won't come off on its own when this is on. It just holds in these little pieces on the side. Really easy to take on and off if you're trying to. If you're not, it's going to be on there and it's firm. Then this middle portion here that spins, you can also move this. This is the same thing. It's got these little adapters here though. So that way you can slide these on either side, which I really like. It means you can customize it. You can carry what you want to. And I don't know this for sure, but I'm sure Wera will come out with more of these modular systems. And that way you can create literally whatever you want and have it be exactly what you need. It also means if you don't want the micro driver or the metric Allens, that you don't have to take those. That's the good part about this, is you can buy them individually. If there's something that you're like, I'll never use the metric Allens, then don't buy them. You can just buy them all separately and get what you want out of it. The other thing that's really cool is the modular Imperial 1. I don't know what the actual name for this is. It's basically a mini tool check, which again is incredibly cool. Personally, I think I'm more of a fan of this version even than I am the regular tool check, for a couple different reasons. It has a lot less sockets in here, which again, you can change out and so you can customize. But the cool thing about this is it comes with 2-inch bits in the top here. It's got the Take It Easy tool finder on the ones that have those. And just to tell you guys, there's Phillips, number 1, number 2 Phillips flathead squares of both sizes as well. Torx T10 to T25, and then some hex as well as an adapter for your 1/4-inch sockets, which is cool. And it also has a bit driver in this as well, if you want to get a little bit of extra length in there. But having all of this stuff this easy to get to is nice. I really love 2-inch bits. It just gives you a little bit more reach, which also gets rid of some of the issues with the hard to reach spots. If you have that larger piece in the front, the larger bit holder. The larger bit holder is not in this one, so that portion isn't terrible. But this is the one place that I love this handle. And this is where it makes so much sense. So now if we go ahead and pull this new portion of the Wera Cyclops out, this is just a 1/4-inch piece. So now we put it in here. Now we have a legitimate 1/4-inch ratchet. So if we take that out and now we put in our 1/4-inch adapter, we can actually put in this 9/16 here. Go ahead and make sure we get the ball in the right spot. And now we have, it's not massive, but this is actually usable for a 1/4-inch ratchet. It's small. It can get in where you need it to get into. And I like the handle in this one. This makes this handle actually make sense to have this piece here that takes a 1/4-inch holder instead, which I absolutely love. This makes it all make sense. And you can do the exact same thing with the bits as well. If you want to just rock a stubby and you need a legitimate handle on it, you can get some massive torque on this. And this still, again, does not take up much room. And if you really wanted to, you can get the 1/4-inch bit instead in here. The ratcheting on this feels phenomenal. It's just a chopped up Wera Cyclops. with a 1/4 inch piece on the end. This is sweet. One thing to note is that the bits in the back portion here, which these do fold so you can actually get to them, which is nice. The bits in the back section are 1-inch bits, which is going to be your Torx and your hex keys. The only ones that aren't are going to be your number 1, number 2 square, number 1, number 2 Phillips, and your flathead, as well as your bit holder here. And then just like the rest of the system, this holder here actually does come off if you're not interested in it. You just have to pop this cover off, which they are held on really nicely. Like, they're not super easy to get off, which is what you want. So this little fold piece here does come off, and again, it's got the shoe on there, so it fits on all the different pieces. And then the same thing for this here. So now that that's off, you can rock this without it, you can rock it with it. But it's a very, very small piece. If this is the only piece that you want to carry, you can buy this individually and have this with you wherever you go. And that's tiny, especially when you get rid of the bit holder on the end. Personally, again, I like the bit holder on this one. One thing I forgot to mention too is with the Tool-Check Plus, you can actually take that one off as well. It's a little bit of a different system. But if you take the bit case out, it's pretty easy to take out. You do only get the 4 sockets, which are going to be the 3/8, 7/16, 1/2 inch, and 9/16. And they are all marked on here as well as color coded. And again, the sockets, the Wera sockets are just absolutely phenomenal sockets. I absolutely love to use them. I've been using them for a long time. And I'm a huge fan of the modularity. Modularity makes me happy. I don't know what it is about it, but just being able to customize your stuff to fit your needs is something that I really, really like. And so being able to do that, and I'm sure that Wera is going to make probably a lot more of these kits with these little pieces that you can kind of decide on. And from there, you'll be able to make the perfect tool check. So that way you can actually like have what you need in the tool check and not just the preset set. So we've got it all snapped together. It just folds over like that, and it doesn't take up any room at all. This is a big one. This is by far my favorite stubby on the market. It has been in the old ratcheting version, and I'll tell you why here in just a sec. But if we go ahead and open this up, you can see it's the exact same thing as the multi-driver. It's got that spinning cap on it, which is incredibly nice. And of course, it has the bit storage, which is huge. Now, with stubbies especially, this is one thing that drives me crazy about most, is that they take proprietary bits, and this one does not. That means you can have that random Torx security bit the same way as the Wera Cyclops, where you can turn this stubby into a stubby for any driver. You don't have to have a specialty bit. You just have to have that 1/4 inch, 1-inch bit, and you're good to go. So just to show you guys the length of this, we're going to go ahead and get our number 2 Phillips out. But you could do this with a T10 security bit, and you could be fine. And now you've got it all set up in this nice little handle, which I love the look of. I don't know why people don't like the Wera stuff. It does look a little bit funky, like a little toyish, but the quality on this is just insane. So now we got it set up. It doesn't take up much space at all. A lot more than these Cyclops, but sometimes this is what you want instead. Everything about it is phenomenal. So it's got the same ratcheting portion as the multi-driver. This one, it's just so smooth. I'm impressed, but I'm not surprised, because Wera, they just make good tools. I don't know how else to say it, but see if you can even hear that. It's phenomenal. It's incredibly well made, and it's got the nice hold position here as well, which again, there's a little bit of a catch to go from one side to the other and switch off, which I really like. It means you're not going to end up doing it on accident, but you're going to be able to get to it when you need to. It's not difficult, but it's difficult enough that it's not going to happen on accident 5 times a day, and you're not going to want to just toss this thing in the trash. Now, these all do come with this new sticker. I don't know that these were on all the old tools, but it's a quality control sticker. I don't know if it was on the old stuff, but I've seen it on all of the new stuff, which is really cool. Another cool thing that Wera always does is in their boxes, they give you these stickers. I can't tell you how many of these I have, but I have them and they're everywhere because I've got a lot of weird tools. Now, the thing I like about this one compared to the old version, which again this has been my Stubby for probably about a year now. The thing I like about it is obviously there's the actual ratcheting with the hand. You can actually use it like that. And also it's a lot lighter. This one has a lot heavier of a ratchet, which is fine. But personally, I prefer the lower drag. It's still a great option if you're looking at it, and it's got the same bit carousel and everything, same shape, same everything, just a different mechanism with this ratchet. I've been waiting to get my hands on these for a long time. If you don't know Wera, then you've probably not seen these. This is one that's kind of deep down the rabbit hole, but their ball end screwdrivers are something that I've been trying to get my hands on for a while now, and I finally ordered them. And to be honest, I ordered the wrong one. But the flathead is correct. I did accidentally order a #1 Phillips instead of a #2 Phillips. However, these things are everything I wanted and more. It's a very weird and unique shape. However, if you've never tried these ball grip style of screwdrivers, which is really popular with the vessel screwdrivers, it's a Japanese thing. Klein recently just made a multi-driver that is the ball grip. This has got to be the most ergonomic of them all. The one thing they did very differently than their normal screwdrivers is the black is a rubber. And so it's actually got a lot of texture to it. It feels phenomenal in my hand. I understand now, and I'm so glad. Obviously, Wera makes some of the best stuff. The cool thing about Wera is these laser etched tips, which I thought was so gimmicky, and I'm really glad that they put them on these ball grips because I thought they were gimmicky. Then I tried them in their regular drivers and realized that they are the truth. These grab screws better than any other style of driver that I've ever used. And honestly, the regular drivers are really affordable. These aren't bad. They're very, very cool and unique. I am such a huge fan of Wera drivers in general, but these ball end screwdrivers are just absolutely phenomenal. They've got the writing on the top here. If you are thinking about pulling the trigger on these, do it. You're not going to regret it. I'm telling you, I love these. Now, just as a little example of how strong these are not magnetic at all. So we'll go ahead and put this driver in here. This is just a very small slotted device screw. Very small, not great quality. I'm not holding the screwdriver at all, okay? We're going to go vertical before we lose it. That type of grip on a screw is going to eliminate a lot of your cam outs, strip outs, all of those things. These just fit. I mean, look at that. That you can't do that with a new Klein driver whatsoever. And we are almost vertical before we end up losing it. Again, thought the laser etching was gimmicky, tried them, fell in love. The handle shape on the original Wera drivers, which is what they produced the most of. This is just a special edition, whatever, another. I mean, I am such a huge fan of these. This is going to be a win for me. And finally, the Wera Advent Calendar. Wera does this cool Advent Calendar every single year. I legitimately haven't opened any of these yet. I looked at the box. But if this is something that you guys are really into with the Wera stuff, I don't know. We're going to see if this is actually worth it or not. This is the one tool that I haven't actually used and done something with. So we're going to just go through and open these day by day. It's an Advent Calendar. So it's got a new tool for each piece. And we're going to see what is in this because I honestly have absolutely no idea. If I can find #1, we'll start. So the picture itself is Santa on a motorcycle. You guys know Santa. So #1 here, go ahead and push through, open up. And the big thing with a lot of these is going to be the coloration. And sometimes they even have special tools that they haven't released anywhere else. This is going to be a #2 Phillips, which is cool. I love the red. It's got the markings on the top as well. New colorways, new things like that. This isn't something that is for everybody, but if you're a tool collector or you like the Wera stuff, I mean, it's just I've seen these every year and just never pulled the trigger. So decided this is the year and we're doing it. Number 2 is going to be this guy right here, which I can't even get to. This thing is huge, by the way. So if we pull this open, we're going to have a beater driver. This is the special red version of the chisel driver here, the Christmas version. These things are phenomenal. I love the chisel drivers so much. They're an excellent tool. Best beater on the market. Number 3 is going to be right here. I'm trying not to damage all of it because I'd like to keep this. Oh, it's got a little thing on the back too to hold it up. That's cool. It's got a little piece back here to hold it up, which is fantastic. I don't feel like this is right. Oh, I gotta keep opening. Sometimes things are harder than they should be for me. Oh, cool. So these, that makes so much more sense. These right here are gonna be the holders for some of the tools. I honestly don't know. I haven't looked at these much yet. So we're gonna go ahead and see what these hold. So that's number 3. Number 4 is gonna be down here in this corner. So we'll go ahead and push down. We've got another one of their drivers. This is just a regular number 2 Phillips. Again, with the laser etched tips on them. Best drivers on the market by far. I love them. 5 is going to be up here, which is going to be one of their micro drivers. So it's going to be one of their flathead micro drivers here, which I have this set as well, not the red, but the black and green. Phenomenal set of micro drivers. 5, 6 is going to be the Wera logo up here. Ooh, the T handle, which is going to just take regular 1/4-inch bits, which is cool. This feels really good too. I've never actually held one of Wera's. This is an all rubber construction. Like, it's got like a lot of texture to it. Feels really good. It's got the place for you to hold it as well, hang it up there, which is sweet. That's 6, 7. If you guys get it, you get it. If not, that's okay. So this is going to be one of the bits. This is a hex bit. 8's down here. This is so much fun, by the way. I don't know. It's a number 2 Phillips. I thought. So these are different. I don't know what the difference is, if I'm being honest. Oh, this is a posi drive. That's why. Good old posi. I forget that that exists because we do not use those here. I don't use them, at least here in America. Number 9 is going to be up here at the top. So we'll go ahead and open this up. This is one of the insulated drivers. I've never had any of these yellow handles before. The regular insulated are red and yellow, the opposite way. But this is one of the small tweakers, and this is one that I carry in my bag, actually. It's great for the smaller breakers, as well as just anything that you need to just tweak a little bit. Number 10, go ahead and push down, pull up. Got another driver here. Oh, this is the number 1 Phillips with the etching on it as well. And number 11. This is going to be a T25 Torx. The Torx don't have the etching on them, but again, Wera just makes super quality tools, and their machining and stuff is like, it's perfect. So I do actually have some of the security Torx screwdrivers. I think the hardest part of this whole thing is finding them, but it probably doesn't help that I have this laying down so you guys can see it. Number 12. It's going to be another one of their micro drivers. And this one here is going to be another one of their tweaker drivers, which is really cool. 13. I don't want to stop. I have to go to a meeting right now and put a pause on this, which is really upsetting, but I'm having too much fun. So number 13 is going to be, so this is number 13, but it's in this big case. So that's strange, but that's what it is. These are really cool if you've never seen these. They're little bit holders, and they go on the end of your screwdrivers. And that way, you can make any one of your drivers bit retaining. I keep these in my bag every single day. I had that meeting roll for an hour and a half straight into a haircut. I've only been thinking about number 14 for about 3.5 hours now. So, without further ado, 14. Also, probably the worst haircut I've ever gotten in my life. I need to find a barber here in Dallas. This is a Stubby. This is going to be a flathead. Pretty sweet. Again, different color design. You would think they would be in order, and I understand why they're not. But probably the hardest thing in this whole thing, but what do you do? Here we go, 15. Got another bit here. This is going to be another hex. Got another big one here. And this is another one of these kits. Oh, this has got more. What is this? More kits. Does this go? Ah, I'm assuming I left one of these in here then. I did. So these come in two parts. I'm starting to get the picture now with these pieces. They snap. Aha. See? This is what I'm talking about. So these snap in, and then they're like little holders. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm not going to lie to you. Because there's these grooves in the back side here, which I have no idea what they do yet. But this is the shelf. Also, there's like little pieces back here for you to hang it on instead if you want to, which is cool. I like that. Top left corner up here. Phillips number 1 of the regular style of driver. Again, laser etched tips. Got another driver here. This one is going to be a T15 Torx driver. See it right there. I love the red and black. It's pretty cool. Obviously, I'm not going to use these ever. These are what I'm going to collect. But if you wanted to use these, obviously they work just as well as the other drivers. They just have a different color to them. 19 is going to be another one of the insulated drivers. This is a little flathead tweaker. Again, I think the other one is the size that I have. I'll have to check, honestly. I'm not for certain. 20, down here in the bottom corner. This is going to be another one of those bit holders that goes on. This is the exact kit I have. So the yellow has a larger portion in here, so it's good to use with the like insulated drivers or chisel drivers. You just can fit bigger shafts in the yellow than you can in the red. Same way the red is a little bit tighter, but the versatility that those give you, it's just hard to beat. 21 is going to be up top. And we have another one of these little tweaker drivers. So they're going to end up with a full set of regular drivers, some chisel drivers, micro drivers. Starting to get a picture here, which is cool. You do get to see what's in here before you buy it. However, I didn't really look all that well because, I don't know, I just wanted... This is fun. I like this. 22. We've got a bigger hex driver here. This one, again, these are going to be for the T-handle, which is one of my favorites. I would like for it to have the Rapidaptor bit holder here. That would be nice, but I am a big fan of this handle. It feels really, really good in my hands. 23 is going to be right on Santa's foot. Got another driver here. This is going to be a T20 Torx. You can see right there on the end. Fantastic. You already know. We've only talked about it 100 times already. 24 and 24, which is going to be one of the more fun ones. I can already tell. It's going to be the bottle opener, of course. This is a cool bottle opener, actually. The handle's very small. I feel like it's normally bigger from what I've seen. I've never actually had one of these. Really cool. You're never going to use this as a tool. But as far as items to collect, just things, cool tools to have and stuff like that, this is one of them. If you don't want to ruin the package like I just did, you can always open this up and pull these out instead. Now, all together, you end up with all of these pieces. You've got the beater driver, you've got 2 posi drives, 2 Phillips, 3 Torx, bottle opener, 2 Stubbies, 3 tweaker drivers, the larger style of tweaker driver, which I really, again, if you've never tried these, if you use this every so often, I definitely prefer the bigger handles, especially for the small flatheads that you use on these smaller breakers, the tandem breakers. 3 sizes of hex keys with the long 3.5-inch bit that goes inside of this T-handle here. 2 of the bit holders, and then you get 2 stands. And I am going to be just so transparent in saying that I'm not exactly sure how this works with the stands, what goes where. However, I'm going to have to spend some time and just figure it out. I'm assuming those go there, which there is a method to the madness. The chisel driver is a little bit bigger. There's one bigger hole. I put all the larger sizes in the back of the T25, the Phillips 2, Posi Drive 2, Posi Drive 1, Phillips 1, T25, T20, T15, and then the little bit holders go in the back, which this is a really cool stand, and I like it. And then I would assume that the 3 hex keys go in these slots because there is a little bump out for them. They go with the 1/4-inch side down. From there, we have our 2 longer drivers in the back here. Boom. This is going to take, I'm assuming this T-handle goes on this side, bottle opener goes on this side, and then from there our tweaker drivers here, here, here. Boom. So all together, you end up with 2 very solid kits. I don't know, but it was fun, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Now, I recently did a video on all of the Knipex tools that I own. If you want to see that, you can head up here. If you want to see my loadout video, head up here. Remember, it's all for his glory, and I will see you guys on the next one.